What's going on? Qinze doesn't want to fight Yuanzhi's gang. He's as calm as a cucumber. While he says one thing, Qinze won't back down easily on his journey to the top. That's what true kings do. Time to post on my social media. Qinze's loyal sidekick Yuanzhi, feeling desperate, decides to handle the annoying. He didn't hesitate for a moment to call for backup, even though his ally was incredibly strong, but the crowd was much larger than anticipated. By the time Yuanzhi and the others returned, they found their ally had been turned into sliced salad. After this, everyone knew it was to conserve strength, but the numerical gap to Qinze's troops was like an elephant vs an ant. But the hot-headed Yuanzhi couldn't care less. He wanted to go toe-to-toe with Qinze's crew. It's simply his style to hit first and ask questions later. Another piece of news set Yuanzhi ablaze. He thought it was all Qinze's doing, but little did he know. This was Yuanzhi's masterpiece, so sneaky. He made a deal with Bandin, the sophomore, and captured Qingze, Yuanzhi's friend. Yuanzhi finally got the news that Qingze was held hostage in Bandin's territory. The upcoming showdown was totally unavoidable. This was Yuanzhi's debut leading the GPS gang, spotted by sophomore boss Bandin kidnapping Qingze. The battle was imminent. But just at that crucial moment, Bandin suddenly calls for a stop. Oh no, the truth is here. Yuanzhi thought, if you want to cut my ear, then you'll really know how tough I am. Just as he was about to make a move, Bandin blocked him. This brave dude in front of him struck a chord with Bandin. Bandin filled Yuanzhi in on Qingze's whereabouts, deepening the misunderstanding between Yuanzhi and Qinze. Tomorrow at 5, meet us here. Yuanzhi issued his challenge to Qinze, and thus the epic battle began. For now, Qinze puts aside his grudge against Yuanzhi, all disputes on hold until after the fight. Freshman Hailao is spectating. Shenxia has 100, GPS only 70, hoping GPS pulls off an upset. The battle was unequal, but Yuanzhi's fury had simmered long. With Yuanzhi's deafening roar, the flames of war were officially ignited, and the intense battle thereby commenced. Yet Yuanzhi's side was not to be underestimated. Initially, both sides were evenly matched, exchanging blows fiercely. But as time passed, the Qinze gang started to gain the upper hand, with even the leaders lounging around enjoying the show. The competition seemed one-sided. Just as everyone relaxed, Bandin's armed crew appeared. With Bandin's entry, the tide of battle turned, slowly allowing GPS to regain ground. The Qinze crew had to start fighting back against the sudden interest of Bandin. Yuanzhi's brothers were no pushovers either. Eventually, they teamed up, and the epic showdown reached its climax. The ultimate showdown commenced, and unexpectedly, Yuanzhi stood his ground against Qinze, creating a tense and thrilling scene. Finally, as everyone watched, Qinze fell, and the GPS crew began cheering for Yuanzhi. But this was not the end. In front of Yuanzhi still stood the towering mountain of Linjian Club. He was soon to face the general backed by 100 men, all by himself. This confrontation prompts one to ponder whether it was immense courage or mere blind foolhardiness. Just as the leaders were laughing, they were interrupted by the boss of Feng Zion. Could it be true that the one who laughs last went? A few days ago, while chasing, Feng Zion accidentally ended up on Qinze's turf, but Yuanzhi mysteriously got picked out. At this moment, Big Golden Tooth could only threaten Qinze to hand him over. Just when both sides were at a stalemate, Yuanzhi stepped in. Big Golden Tooth smiled. Qinze frowned as Yuanzhi's presence shattered the ceasefire. Although they departed swiftly, everyone was well aware that Feng Zion's anger was about to descend. This precisely suited the wishes of Feng Zion's boss Ming Hai, who had long desired to defeat Lin Lan. Previously, Qinze, who nearly unified Lin Lan, restrained him, but Yuanzhi's emergence surprised him. Yuanzhi's emergence redivided Lin Lan's forces. Feng Zion's already surged. Not just formidable sophomore mating Nightmare, who unified the entire second-year class. And there's that undefeated sophomore who often leaves people crippled. Their boss Ming Hai certainly posed as much of a threat as Qinze. But as for the GPS, they could hardly summon more friends. Even trying to bring in 3 helpers was a total bust. Even if they reluctantly admit that Yuanzhi, who defeated Qinze, possesses considerable strength, they still do not welcome this new guy from the bottom of their hearts. For the greater good, Zhisheng suggested an alliance between Qinze's troops and GPS against Feng Zion's challenge. However, Yuanzhi felt he had messed up. He didn't want to drag others down, but this time, Qinze was pulled in two. For Feng Zion, this was like finding treasure. The first to suffer was the black bear, and he wasn't about to lose against a ton of Feng Zion guys. Similarly, when confronted with a large number of surprise attacks launched by Feng Zion, Yuanzhi likewise refused to show any sign of weakness. It's truly an upgrade of idiocy to a whole new dimension. Just yesterday, he had already challenged the Beast King Qinze in Linlan. Of course, he got swatted like a fly. Not just Yuanzhi, but at an unexpected moment, Yuanzhi's subordinate Mulai was also ambushed and thus had no choice but to take action. Besides, he didn't want to keep attacking the injured Mulai, but seeing him being as stubborn as a mule, he finally took a shot. As a result, Yuanzhi learned about the attack on his crew. To retaliate against Feng Zion, he decided to seek out Qinze. For Qinze, he had never squared off against the newfound foe Ye Kai. But against the returned Beast King, he was ultimately defeated.